Hello everyone and welcome to my scenario for what if there was an American empire. So this is America. Let me just put in some of their territories. But yeah, this is the country we know as America. At least I hope. If you don't know the country of America, then the United States of America. You're not as smart as some Americans, so some Americans just think the U.S.A. is America, not the United States, but it's whatever. Anyways, you're not as smart as some Americans, if that's what you think. But luckily, I believe most people in the world know about this country, considering it's one of the most powerful in the world currently. So, it wants to build an empire. Like, it already is kind of an empire, look how huge it is. But it wants to build one. And, well, how would it do that, you're probably asking? Isn't it the bastion of democracy? Yeah. But, like, when America wants to build an empire, why don't they just try? And also, context, for this whole entire video, all alliances have been disbanded. There are no alliances. America's first plan to build an empire would to be invading Cuba, which, they could have done this a long time ago, but they didn't because during the Cuban Missile Crisis, the president was like, you know what, let's just take away all our air support, and they failed. Anyways, now they try again, and at first, as you can probably tell, it'd go pretty good for the Americans. They'd split the country in half here. And they'd start continuing down towards Havana. After all, it's an island nation. And their navy is extremely better compared to Cuba's navy. And they'd easily capture and force Cuba to capitulate, basically making Cuba surrender. So, since they capitulate, they get fully annexed. Which, yeah, that happened. And most countries are like, oh, that's scary. Well, whatever. And then the U.S.A., using their big control over Panama, invaded it by, using the canal that they basically own. And boom, Panama is part of the United States Empire now. And most countries, at least on the side, they don't really care. Because remember, empires, well, not empires, but I mean, alliances aren't existing yet. Like, oh, it's kind of scary that America's doing this, but no one on this side of the world cares. Then America continues to invade basically the whole entire world by invading not the Bahamas or any of the places down there, not Canada, but Mexico and all of Central America. And as you can probably guess, they didn't like this much. So let's begin to see our first war, where it's actually going to be very hard for America to take this land. And they're only red not because America is good or anything, but because, America was blue first when I started, so whatever. Also, so they start moving in from here, and they go for just a full annexation, which they're doing good at first. And then the red, as you could probably guess, pushes back. They aren't happy about America, literally trying to defeat them. So they literally take all of America's troops out and encircle them here. And they invade for here. Which, Panama, first the northern half gets taken out. And America had some troops there from the recent campaign, but it wasn't enough. And because of that, Panama gets fully captured. And yeah, let me just make sure it's fully captured by doing this. Panama is fully captured by the red team. But in the north, America is having better luck. Pushing down through Texas. Let me make this makes it a little bit bigger. Pushing down through Texas, taking tons of Mexican land, which America might keep. Kept breaking the borders, okay, there. And they just keep taking more and more land that Mexico owns. And they push through Baja California. They fully take over there, which they're definitely going to be annexing if they win. And they just take it over. Baja California is theirs, and basically so is all of their border with Mexico. That's all becoming American right now. And they even used Cuba to invade the Junta, or the Yucatan, Peninsula. I don't know why I said Junta. Then they invade Belize as well for the land border they gained with Mexico, forcing Belize to capitulate, which brings them fully under American control. And they continue to push through other countries that I don't know the name of. I need to learn my Central American countries. And also, I think this is Guatemala that they push through. And this country also capitulates. And this country up here also capitulates after being basically taken over. And America isn't losing until they are about to come to a standstill as they take the Mexican coast up here, connected to the Yucatan Peninsula, and they basically take most of the coast, including over here, and the war comes to a standstill for now. So, it just stays that way. But then, something happens. Panama is freed by a huge invasion force that liberates them and pushes up and forces this country to capitulate. I'm gonna stay up there, and with that country's capitulation, the U.S.A. then pushes down through here, taking out their coast and also hooking up over here. And Mexico kind of has nowhere to go, as also the northern front starts to push deeper and basically taking Mexico City, and Mexico capitulates. So let me just make the peace treaty real quick of what will happen. So the peace treaty basically states that America annexes all of Mexico and Central America, even though nothing has changed. They're technically puppets of America currently. So America's basically won this war and has, in my definition, become like super empire. So yeah, this one was a short one, but yeah, it was kind of a short one. I want to know, what country do you want to see become an empire next? It could be as country as little as, I don't know, Cyprus, or even as little as, trying to find little countries that aren't microstates. Or, well, yes, this one kind of is. I forgot its name. I had it. But yeah, that one could become an empire too if you want. Or Palestine could. Any country you see on this map, I could turn into an empire. Even Luxembourg. Little Luxembourg. Liechtenstein sadly isn't on this map. But if they were, they could. Or Moldova. Or Montenegro. Any of those countries you want to see could become an empire. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Bye.